Hey guys! So today's video I'm going to be talking about purple toning shampoos that are meant for blonde hair, and I'm going to go over what I currently use and a few products that I have used in the past that are still pretty good products. The first thing I want to go over is what purple toning shampoos and conditioners are. They are products meant to help tone down brassiness and yellow in hair, not orange but just slightly brassy, and they typically are left in for 3 to 5 minutes for shampoos and anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes for conditioners. I also want to go over how they work. Basically, all they do is stain or mask the yellow in the hair. They are not a permanent solution to getting rid of brassiness and yellow. They typically do last a few days, but after a few washes, they tend to wash completely out. I'm going to go over some of the products that I like to use now, and for the shampoo I have been using the Clairol Shimmer Lights, and this obviously is the big size, and I honestly can't remember how much it was. I want to say it was around $17, but I am a licensed cosmetologist, so I do get it for a discounted price. And this is for blonde and silver hair. It is a color enhancing shampoo, brightens and refreshes blonde, highlighted, and silver hair. And this product you leave on anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. It does have a pretty deep purple tone. The scent people tend to complain about, but I honestly don't mind it. It's just a florally type scent. It is pretty strong smelling, and honestly, like I said, it doesn't really bug me, so that's not a factor for me with this, but I know it is for quite a few people. Another thing about the shampoo that I like is it works in really fast, it lathers fast, and it is an evenly distributed product. You don't really have to work too hard to make sure every single spot in your hair is covered. I have found with this shampoo though, it does overtone if you do leave it on too long, and it is also very drying. So whenever I use this, I do have to deep condition my hair right after, and I find that as soon as I rinse this out, my hair feels so matted, and it's hard for me to even work the conditioner through sometimes. So what I like to do is use this about twice a week, and I do wash my hair every other day, so I won't use this every single time I wash. Basically every other time I wash I will use this, and then right after I like to use some sort of deep conditioning treatment, and I comb that through my hair, and I leave it on a little bit longer than what the bottle recommends, just because this is so drying. And it's not that it's damaging to the hair, it's just that something in this makes it so drying, so I know that's another factor you have to think about when using this as well. Another thing I don't want to forget to mention is whenever I freshly color my roots or bleach my roots, I noticed that this does not work as well as it does on my ends, and my ends are pretty porous, just like a lot of blondes tend to have pretty porous ends, so this will grab in the ends faster than the roots. So sometimes what I will do is just put it in my roots and then lather that, and then the last few, like minute or two that I have it in my hair, I will bring it down to the rest of my hair, just to make sure that my ends aren't super ashy and my roots have a slight yellow tinge to them still, because I do not like that look at all, which I don't think anybody would probably like that look either. And the conditioner I've been using the past few weeks is by Redken. It's the Blonde Idol Custom Tone, and mine is in the violet. It's meant for cooler platinum hair, and this was kind of expensive. For this little bottle, it's only 6.6 fluid ounces. I want to say it was about $17, and like I said, since I am licensed, I do get it at a discounted price, so I have no idea what this would cost if you were to buy it in a salon. And the reason I bought this was because I am a sucker for packaging, and this is a pretty cool product. It has right here maximum, medium, and minimum. You can see there the maximum looks the darkest and then goes a little bit lighter until you get to the lighter shade. And it is labeled weeks 6, which is at the maximum, and then 1, which is at the minimum. And the cool thing about this product is it is a dual dispensed product. So it has a purple side and a white side, and depending on where you turn this dial from week 6 to 1, it is going to dispense a little bit differently. And what the purpose of this is supposed to be, when you first get your roots done, you put it to the week 1 spot, and it's supposed to dispense more of just the keratin conditioner and a little bit less of the purple, and then all the way to week 6, that would be the maximum purple amount. But the problem that I found with this is I usually have to go back to week 1 to even get any purple to come out, even at the week 6. I don't know if I got a defected bottle, but I still do like this product. It's just sort of a pain in the butt because it doesn't work the way that I thought it was going to. This product is pretty conditioning for the hair. It does not dry out my hair at all, and I actually don't even have to use a conditioner, a normal conditioner, after I use this. I tend to use a mask anyhow just because I do have damaged hair from going blonde, but typically this would probably be an okay conditioner just by itself. Another thing I want to mention about this product is it does smell pretty good. It doesn't have a super strong offending odor or anything like that. And another thing that I do like about it is it doesn't dispense too much product. The pump doesn't pour out product, which can be a problem because when you're spending this much money on a product, you do not want to be wasting any of it. You want to get as much use out of it as possible. What I like to do with this is I will do a few pumps in my hand, put it through my hair, and I will literally use my fingers to comb it through, and even use a wide tooth comb sometimes because I do keep one in my shower. So that is what I will do when I use this product, and I tend to leave it on for a couple of minutes. This conditioner is meant to be left on anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, so that is typically what I do for this. Another toning shampoo that I have used and have probably mentioned in a few videos is by Paul Mitchell. It is the Platinum Blonde Shampoo, and this is a pretty dark violet shampoo as well. The only thing is it has never overtoned my hair, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but then it also doesn't necessarily get rid of all the yellow that you want. It is more for an everyday use, which, like I said, is not a bad thing, but if you're looking for something that's really gonna banish all of the yellow or brassiness out of your hair, this probably isn't going to do it right away. Like the Shimmer lights, I noticed the first use, my hair even turned a little too ashy. With this, you are just not going to get that at all. Another thing, I have also used this as a toner mask, and what that basically is you've probably seen other videos where people leave purple toning shampoos on their hair for more time than what the bottle says. Typically 5 minutes is the maximum. I've left this on for about a half hour and it never turned my hair the slightest bit of ash, the slightest bit of violet, anything like that. So if you're looking for something that's going to make your hair super ashy, this is also not going to be the product for you, but like I said, it is great for everyday use. It smells good and it's not drying like the Shimmer lights at all, so that's another thing to keep in mind when looking at toning shampoos for blonde hair. Now this is the AG Hair Cosmetics Color Care Sterling Silver Conditioner, and this I actually bought only about a month or two before I bought the Redken Blonde Toning Conditioner, and I still do like this. I keep it in my shower just in case I want to use something different because I do like to switch up my products. This product here is supposed to be left on the hair anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes, and I find that this can overtone as well, but not as easily as the Shimmer Light shampoo. If you leave it on for probably anywhere over 5 minutes, this might turn your hair slightly purple or too ashy, but typically I never had a huge issue with it. It is definitely a thicker consistency, which I don't necessarily like because I found that it kind of tends to clump in my hair, especially toward my roots. So if you are in a hurry, this would not be a product I would recommend. Since it is thicker, I do have to comb it through with my fingers and again with the wide tooth comb that I do keep in my shower. And I find that when I rinse this, it can stain my scalp, and I don't know if that's just because I'm not rinsing it enough, but it does seem when I use this product, I would rinse my hair for over a minute, which typically I only rinse my hair for like 10 to 20 seconds when using conditioner, sorry. And I also found that I keep a mirror in my shower too, which might be weird to some people, but I like to use it just to make sure that all my products that I'm using, even my face washes and stuff, are being used the way I want them. So I'll look in the mirror, and in the mirror in the shower, obviously it's a little bit darker. I think that I rinse all of this out. So I'll put my Turby towel on my hair and then leave it for about 10-15 minutes. And when I take it out, I find sometimes I have purple bits along my part, which obviously you do not want that because you clearly are using it to tone your hair, but you don't want it to be overtoned, and that is technically what it's doing when it's being left in your hair like that. So I would try to scrub it out and it would literally be staining my scalp, and I would have to part my hair a different way because clearly you do not want purple bits along your part line because that just looks a little silly when the rest of your hair is just blonde. Another thing I want to say about this is it is not drying at all, and it smells pretty good also. It smells kind of like coconut, and I know some people probably do not like that smell, but it is not too strong at all. So I have found that this is a pretty good product, but like I said, if you do not have the allotted time, I would not recommend using this because it does take some work to use. I want to go over a few products that I've also used in the past. I'm sure people have heard of BioSilk, and they actually do have toning shampoos and conditioners. It's been a few years since I've used them, so I don't exactly remember how well they work. I do use them in the salon, but when I'm using them on a client, I do not keep it on for the full 5 minutes. I basically just run it through their hair just like a normal shampoo and then rinse. I found that when I used it, I don't remember it ever overtoning my hair when using the shampoo. It was a darker purple like the other shampoos that I use now, but I don't remember it ever overtoning like I said. And with the conditioner in that line, it is super, super, super light. It is not dark at all like the conditioners I have been using currently. It is almost a white violet. or like a lilac, a very light lilac color. So that is better for everyday use. I would not use it to get rid of super brassy hair or super yellow hair. I just don't think it would work very well for that. So definitely use it as an everyday use if that is a product that you do want to try. Another thing I want to mention, because I have seen videos where they put purple shampoo on orange hair. And sort of like with regular toners, it is not going to do a whole lot to orange hair. Your hair has to be a certain level of blonde. Even if you have brassiness or yellow in your hair, it still has to be a certain level of blonde. It has to be light enough to affect it. And what I found with a few people in videos is they'll put it on their orange hair and like leave it as a toner mask for like a half hour or whatever they do, and then you notice it looks super muddy. It's basically orange with an overlay of purple, which does not turn out to be a great color at all. It will not make you blonde. It only will make it look muddy for a few days and it will rinse right out. So that leads me to my second point. These are not meant to tone your hair permanently. Toners in general are not a permanent fix, but these are only meant to tone your hair for a few days. What they are basically is just staining your hair or masking the yellow or brassiness in your hair. So if you use it one time, it's not going to permanently change anything, and I think people need to remember that they are meant to be used a few times a week to really affect the hair at all. Another thing I should say is if you overtone your hair like I mentioned, it will wash out in a few days since it is not a permanent color or a permanent toner at all. So another thing, if that does not bother you, you can obviously leave it, and then a typical shampoo will wash it out within a few washes. But if you want it gone right away, another thing I would recommend doing is getting a clarifying shampoo. The one I like is by Redken. It's the hair cleansing cream, and even on the back it says you can leave it on the hair for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes and then you can rinse it. I've never left it on for that long because it's pretty strong of a clarifying shampoo. I know Suave has one, so if you're obviously not willing to spend as much as I am on hair products, Suave does have one you can check out, and I know it's probably only $1 or $2. This obviously is a little bit more pricey because it is a professional product, and what I like about this is it smells like oranges, so it's super good smelling, or I like citrus smells, so that's why I like it. And this does not dry out my hair too much. Like with the Shimmer lights, that makes my hair feel super dry, and even though this is a clarifying shampoo, it doesn't tend to dry out my hair too bad. So another thing about this is you can leave it on, like I said, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, but when I've overtoned my hair, I find that I can literally just use it as a normal shampoo and it takes care of everything. So that's something you can do too if you do overtone your hair. So I think that is all that I really wanted to go over. I'm sure I left out a few things, but if you have any questions like usual, you can comment down below and ask, and I'm always willing to help you guys out. I know blonde hair can be a challenge, and I'm even working gradually on getting mine to where I really want it to be. And like I said, I think that's all I want to go over, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks, guys!